Hello everyone and welcome back to Sendik's Weather channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the latest on the named storm Darragh, which was named by the Metaphys a few days ago. Now this storm is quite severe and definitely something to keep an eye on as we head into Saturday, especially as there has now been a red warning issued for western parts of Wales. And we're going to have a quick look at the details. Obviously at the moment things are already becoming unsettled, with rain showers around, turning to snow over higher ground in the north. But we'll be taking a look at all the warnings. We'll be having a look at some data for what things are showing for tomorrow and Sunday, with named Storm Darragh, of course. If you do enjoy the content, then please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you found this video informative. And let's get straight on with it. Also wanted to shout out, thank you all so much for 500 subscribers. It means a lot. It's amazing to see how quick the channel's growing. So from the outset, we've got these warnings in place from the Metaphys for Friday. So today, we have a blanket yellow wind warning. Strong winds associated with Darragh likely to bring some disruption and damage from 3 p.m. today until 6 a.m. on Sunday. That's just a general warning. There's a slight chance of damage to buildings. We do have some wind gusts moving in about 8 o'clock for central and obviously from the west, so western areas. But they're not as severe as they will be tomorrow by the looks of it. There's a snow warning from 8 o'clock tonight for Scotland. Snow is expected to bring difficult driving conditions. So as that band of rain moves in from the west, from the Atlantic with this low pressure system, it's going to turn readily to snow over the highest ground. Not expecting too much to lower levels, but there could be some slushy accumulations to higher, like over 200 meters levels. There's lots of rain as well expected. This is a yellow rain warning for Wales, which is from 3 o'clock today, 12 o'clock, noon tomorrow. Heavy rain associated with the storm Darragh, leading to flooding and disruption. That's just the general warnings, but Saturday, look at this. I've not seen this in a while. The whole country is blanketed in these warnings. So we have a red warning for wind in a very slim patch of Western Wales, all the way down that coast, the west coast of Wales, extending down towards the Bristol Channel. And also we have an amber wind warning in the southwest. I think the Republic of Ireland's also got a red warning in on this western parts of the Republic of Ireland from Met Irene, but don't quote me on that, I'm not too sure. We'll have a look at the red warning first then. Damaging winds associated with Storm Darragh are expected to cause significant disruption. So basically, danger to life, this is what we're talking about. 80 to 90 miles per hour are definitely possible, maybe even more along the far east coast. So it could definitely bring disruption to any populated places. Funneling through the Bristol Channel with some very large waves on exposed beaches, of course, are very possible, with strong winds and heavy rain. And gale force winds. It could cause disruption. So if you are living in these yellow and amber and red warning zones, then keep yourself safe and stay inside unless you have to travel for work or other purposes. Because this is a serious storm and definitely will cause some damage at short notice. Large waves and beach material being thrown onto coastal roads, seafronts and homes. We've got blanket yellow wind warnings, 40 to 50 miles an hour expected widely through the country. Could get up as high as 60 in this warning area to the southwest and through other parts of Wales along this western coast, extending from southwestern England up to places such as Barrow in Furness, so just to the south of Scotland on the west coast. There's an amber warning, potentially damaging winds. Gusts of 70 to 80 miles an hour are likely around exposed coast. Obviously, the biggest damages around the waves. I also think there will be an amber warning issued on this east coast part here for strong winds, because I've seen some of these charts, as I'll show you in a minute, showing upwards of 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, which will feel quite rough. Obviously, by Sunday, the warnings are starting to disappear. Thank goodness. This is a very severe storm, but the winds are still going to be around on Sunday. But yeah, we'll have a look at this then. So here we are. This is started from 4 p.m. On today. when I'm releasing this. As you can see, there's that band of heavy rain which is turning to snow over the highest mountains and higher elevation areas. There's that initial front moving through from the Atlantic. The next low moves through, and actually the rain's quite sporadic with this, as you can see. So we're looking at the precipitation first. The snow continues for the far north parts of Scotland, through southern and central Scotland, over the highest ground. I need to note that over 200 metres at least. Maybe to lower levels over the night, but would not account too much. But as you can see, sporadic showers, quite heavy spells of rain, a little bit of snow over your highest ground. 6 a.m. on Saturday for Wales looks like it's going to see the heaviest of the rain, upwards of 10 to 20 millimeters per hour in the heaviest spells. As you can see, this rain moves southwestwards, and it's quite sporadic though with the rain. Through northern England, though, there's some and a little bit turning to snow over the highest mountains, as you'd expect. But yeah, rain is quite sporadic, but there could be some quite heavy bursts through central, southwestern England, not southwestern, Western England and Northern England with this. Obviously, it could be a bit more extensive, but the devil's in the detail. Now, it looks like here the rain gets heavier, however, it is fizzling away through Saturday into Sunday before it clears out eventually to the east. Sorry, as the storm moves through. As you can see at the disruption this storm's going to cause, you can see at the centre, obviously it's the calmest part, but on the outskirts of that, the isobars are really tightly packed together, which is why it's so strong and such a severe storm for many places. So if we have a look at the wind gusts with this, as you can see, there's the winds 50-60 miles an hour approaching from 4 p.m. As we move overnight, there is some very severe winds for Republic of Ireland, 102 miles per hour showing up on the UKV on that west coast of Ireland, so very severe and disruptive winds. Don't last too long. Well, they do actually. Transfer more northwards through Republic of Ireland. 94 miles an hour reach there, even some strong winds through southwestern England into southwest Wales. 70 miles an hour possible there, even 80, and even inland 40 to 50, even along that east coast as well, 40 miles an hour gusts. As we move through Saturday, then winds transfer further eastwards as the storm starts to move through, bringing them strong winds, and as you can see, 100 miles an hour just off the Welsh coast. More towards like the Bangor area, I would say there, with that. But very strong winds just for the west of England, and even into the far east of Scotland there. 70 miles an hour showing up, but extensive winds of 60, 70, 80, even 90 miles an hour on western coast and on the south where the low is wrapped in. So definitely something to keep an eye on. As we go through the day, the winds start to transfer further inland, so obviously the 70 miles an hour still keep going on, so still will be an amber warning warrant for that at least. So very strong winds for the west, and further inland even 50 to 60 miles an hour is possible. Along the east coast I mentioned should maybe get an amber because it's 70 miles an hour, which is quite extreme. The winds do stay around into Sunday before eventually clearing away. They do take some time, so this definitely will cause some damage if this comes off, because 70, 80, 90 miles an hour is very strong, especially for the time of year as well. So that's the UKV. Now, how does the Arpege, a high-res model, compare? Let's have a look at the wind gusts. So if we skip to Fridays, you can see them 40 to 50 miles an hour winds moving in before the big storm moves in. And with the Arpege, the wind gusts are much lower, thank goodness. I think the UKV, the UK Met Office one, might have been overdoing it. It's showing 50 to 60 miles an hour in the west, and 70 miles an hour. It's actually stronger in the east, which is why I said maybe there should be a higher warning warranted. Obviously, the wind gusts are more extensive with this, so 40 to 50 miles an hour anywhere, and 60 miles an hour in the west and the southwest. Even along the east coast, 64 miles an hour continuing Friday into Saturday before they transfer further southeastwards and out into the Atlantic. Then the winds calm down. Icon next, usually quite reliable, and the winds are 88, 89 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour through Saturday with this. Not as strong with the winds overnight with the icon today. 40 to 50 miles an hour, especially in the south. And then also along the south coast, winds are getting up to 50 to 60 miles an hour, and in the southwest up to 70 to 80. So maybe the arpege was underdoing it a little bit. There's them winds along the east coast. Wow, 70 to 80 on the east coast. That would definitely warrant more than a yellow warning if the icon comes off. But then those winds sustain in the along the east coast, 50 to 60 before eventually fading away, and obviously through central and southern areas, 40 to 50 miles an hour are definitely possible, and 60 in the heavier bursts of gusts. And finally, we'll take a look at the GFS, your favourite models. Not obviously a bit low resolution with this one, but it gets up to 80 miles an hour off the west of the southwest of Wales, and obviously that Bangor area again, like I mentioned. But winds are more extensively 50 to 60 miles an hour. Not as strong though with the GFS. Definitely weaker than winds, thank goodness. But still very severe, of course. 40 to 50 miles an hour. 60 along the east coast, and extensively strong winds. And obviously this part here was showing 90 miles an hour on the UKV, and it's getting up to 65, 70. So that's something to watch out for. But it will still be quite a severe storm, I would imagine. So that's my update on Storm Darragh. It will provide disruption, especially in the red warning area. That is something, so stay safe out there if you live in those areas. And for most areas, it will be blustery showers and quite a dismal day, really, in most areas. Maybe even in the east, and obviously Republic of Ireland getting the brunt of it at the beginning of the storm, like 8 p.m. tonight or so. As the winds clear in. But apart from that, hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next videos. Bye bye, everyone.